Hi, in this video, I want to address parents who are Christ followers and who want their children to in turn be Christ followers in this life into the life to come. And so that's who I'm addressing here, Christ followers who want their children to be Christ followers. And I just want to share a few ideas, a few thoughts that can perhaps encourage you, remind you, challenge you on the role that we take as parents. Let me start with Psalm 23. We're familiar with Psalm 23. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but remember it starts with, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." And that's what Jesus does for us. He is the good shepherd. And I believe, as Jesus shepherds our heart, we are to shepherd the hearts of our children. And I want you to notice that, okay, we've got Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd." And in John chapter 10, Jesus says, "I'm the good shepherd." I'm the one that Psalm 23 is talking about. And he also says the shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. And we need to be willing to lay down our lives for the sheep who are our children. So I'm bringing a likening, illustration of a shepherd to our role and our performance as children. And a good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. They sacrifice convenience and comfort for the good of those that they shepherd. And so again, let's learn from a shepherd our role that we can take and some of the things that we can do for our children. So as parents, I believe we're to be under shepherds and shepherd our children's heart just as Jesus shepherds our heart. And if we can shape and shepherd our children's heart right, then they will live right. So that's one thing. And the other thing, as far as maybe particular behaviors that we're seeing, if we address the behavior by addressing the heart of our children, then the behavior will correct itself, will go in the right direction. So I want to just point out a few things in Psalm 23 and in the Bible. We learn about the roles and the things that a shepherd does and what a shepherd provides. And these are some things that I've identified. A shepherd provides sustenance for his sheep. Remember, our children are like our sheep, and we need to shepherd their hearts and their lives. And he provides sustenance, physical needs like shelter and clothing and food. A shepherd also provides peace and rest. He makes us to lie down in green pastures and leads us beside still waters. We should be bringing peace and rest to our children. We should be, number 4, protecting them, and we should be comforting them. We should be providing health and healing for them. We should be providing direction for them and service and honor. We should be serving them and honor them. And what do we do? The shepherd, remember the last verse of Psalm 23, he prepares a table before them in the presence of their enemies. There's enemies around our children. He anoints their head with oil. He makes their cup run over. So these are the things that we should be doing for our children. And I want to highlight in this video just real quickly, we need to be protecting our children. We need to be protecting our children. And I want to bring that down a little bit further. We need to not only be protecting them physically, but emotionally and spiritually. We need to protect them, and we need to remember that in 1 Corinthians 15:33, we learn that evil company corrupts bad habits. We need to make sure that we are protecting their heart from bad habits and corruptive influences. And one of the ways that happens is, yes, through friendships. We need to make sure that they have the right friends. But media and entertainment can also be company that we keep. And you know what the psalmist said in Psalm 101? He says, "I will set nothing wicked before my eyes. I hate the work of those who fall away. It shall not cling to me." We need to make sure that we are aware of what is going into the eye gates and the ear gates of our children, because it will go in as seeds into the heart of our children. And we need to remember that garbage in will produce garbage out. And not only that, neutrality. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no bad words. There's no whatever. There's no violence. There's nothing. Okay, I'll let them play this video game forever and ever because there's no violence. There's no foul language, or whatever. We also need to remember when we're helping our children select their entertainment that I already said garbage in, garbage out. Neutral in is neutral out. If they're constantly feeding on things that does not promote and show faith in God, does not show godliness, then we can't expect godliness and so forth to be a fruit in their life to the degree that we want. So garbage in, garbage out, neutral in, neutral out, and godly in, godly out. May I encourage you to shepherd your children's heart in all ways, and again, protect them. Be in the know, and set what the influences are in their life, and set boundaries. Help them to set boundaries with the rod and the staff of God's Word and Spirit. All right, so I'm going to stop there. I hope this encourages you.